Hey guys, Banana Luck here and welcome back to another Watcher of Realms video. So today's video is gonna be a bit unique. I'm gonna be showcasing a few times where Elowyn has come in really clutch for me. Primarily with her use of her wood elves. I think that has on multiple occasions really saved my ass. And first of all, we'll talk about Void Wraith, obviously. If you guys have been following me, you guys would have known that I've played Void Wraith Nightmare, and unfortunately I've only recorded the hard playthrough, and you're gonna see where Elowyn comes in handy here, especially in the second Araka stage. So in case you guys didn't know, obviously the second stage is the one that starts inflicting poison, and there's only a couple of heroes in the game that can dispel poison. So Medan is one of them, Elowyn is another one, there's Eunomia, and also one of the rare healers, or was it uncommon. So obviously Eunomia is not going to be that accessible. Medan is one of the most common units in the game, but for Void Wraith specifically, you actually need 2 healers to cover the ground. So if I just skip ahead here, you're going to see that this is a stage where, there was poison inflicted. And I have Elowyn covering this side, Medan covering the other side. So no one healer is going to be able to cover both sides effectively. Reason being that you still need 2 healers to be pumping out the heals, especially when the boss is dropping down the avalanche rocks. So having Elowyn and Medan both multi-healers, as well as having Dispel works really well. You could do it with a Vortex that's geared really well as well, but I found that having Medan plus Elowyn worked really well for me. Like, this went to Nightmare without issues, given the gear that I had. So probably gonna purge this in a bit. Yeah, Medan's gonna purge, Elowyn's gonna purge as well. You can see the poison disappeared immediately. And the Scythe of Doom, Falling Stones is gonna come down in a bit, and I do find that Elowyn sometimes is a bit hard for her to survive on this. So what I've done is, in this case, I've used Wood Elves. This came in clutch. But if you don't want to do this, what you can do instead is place Elowyn and Medan side by side. So where Nocturne is now, you should place Elowyn instead. I found that to be a lot better. This was quite some time back, so I guess my strategy wasn't that great. But yeah, this is one of the instances, and yeah, the poison is really bonkers when you reach the later stage of Void Wraith, which is Nightmare. And the other area where really helped out was the Araka boss itself. So you can see here that tiles are getting even more limited. And yeah, the Scythe comes down, but this time it falls on Medan, fortunately. So don't really have to worry about that. I'm not sure if we use I don't think we use the Wood Elves, but on Nightmare I use it quite frequently. Reason being that my Oleg just isn't able to tank through as well. So having the Wood Elf there just, really helps to supplement the healing. It's as if you have like a healer. So like Elowyn is just all out heals, the spell, rage, regen, there's just so many good stuff about her, and I think if I was showcasing Nightmare Void Wraith, it will be even more obvious, but I've already finished Void Wraith, and I only knew about the Elowyn event after I finished it, so yeah, it's a pity I can't show you guys live footage of us, actually doing this. But yeah, this is Void Wraith. The other area where Elowyn comes in really clutch is Wasteland Titan. So if you guys have watched my videos, you have known that Wasteland Titan, it just does like the same damage, which is AoE damage, as in like how, the Gear It 2 Titan does it. But every time he does that attack, right, any attack that he does, you can see there's a debuff here that can reduce the healing received. So once again, Medan and Elowyn are the match made in heaven. You need 2 of them to clear this. So if you were struggling with Wasteland Titan, then pulling Elowyn this weekend will really come in very clutch for you. You can see that. Let's see my final run. It's probably the best run here. Yeah, Okay, this is towards the end, so it's not really fair. Yeah, you can see that the Wood Elves are also helping with the heals because I have Vortex and Hollow on this side, and the Wood Elves just come in clutch with that. So lots of instances where you can use Elowyn, obviously, Immortal Codex. I mean, in my video, I did mention that if you should pull, you should pull if let's say you're in the mid to late stage of the game. If you're very early on and you don't have much legendaries, Elowyn might not do that much in terms of progression versus like what an insane mage like Boris, Stylus, Vienna, this sort of units would do. Stylus can literally just carry you through all the way to gear rate 321, you see, but Elowyn's not gonna do that, unfortunately, but she's just great everywhere, and especially so if you're reaching the end game. Lots of the content needs Elowyn because the Dispel is helpful, and also the extra heal from Wood Elves. That's something that you just, cannot beat. No other heroes can do the same. The only downside here is that you see that she died pretty early on. That's because she's an attack-based healer, not HP-based. So that's the second use case, Immortal Codex. The last use case is a bit unique for me. I do not have Kamet or Boris, so for my gear rate 1, I did have to use this scuffed method to get things through. What I did was I used a Nightmare team, and Elowyn came in pretty clutch in terms of keeping one of my units alive, which is Abomination, which you will see here in a moment. So this was run without power dominance, so it's a lot tougher. And Elowyn's Rage Regen definitely did help combine with Hollow. You can see that I did not use Laurel because I did not build my Voca out for this, so having Elowyn plus Hollow did do the job pretty well for me. And I think this is where I'm gonna place the Wood Elves in the moment. Reason being that these mobs that are about to come down, you can see that they hit pretty hard. Just like 2 hits from them, and Abomination goes into that state, even though there's 2 healers on him. So yeah, having this heals really helped to keep him alive for sure. You can see that he goes back to full health the moment his health drops. That's like, insane heals. You can see the numbers popping out, 28k, 28k. So now there's only one guy left and it gets a bit more manageable. We are able to heal through that because it's just one guy left. And yeah, that's just another instance where, Elowyn has come in really clutch for me. I know in my video, some people have been saying that in the guild boss testing that I did, it might not be as optimal. I don't want to repeat that. Yeah, Elowyn may not do as well as Hollow in guild boss, but every other content we're looking at, Elowyn is superior. You could have no Hollow at all in your lineup for gear rate 1. If you have an Elowyn, I'm sure you can do just as well. Rage Regen is not going to be as fast, but healing wise, you see, my Abomination can tank through this no problem. Probably going to place another Wood Elf in a second here because you see the big guys are coming in, the AoE mobs as well, and yeah, there we go. I'm going to drop the Wood Elf in a second here. Why am I not doing it? I think I'm waiting for all the mobs to spawn through before we amped up the healing. Yep. So you can see obviously we cleared this, Abomination was still alive, so this came in pretty clutch in my opinion. So yeah, it's really like a hit or miss if you're early on to the game. If you pull a Anna, it'll be really upsetting if you don't get Elowyn. But for mid to late game players, if you still have shards left from Christmas, please pull for Elowyn. She's a great hero. She's helped me in so many parts of the game, especially in campaign as well. In the later stages, the expert stages, there are maps where you need to heal people across the board, and you have no healer to place there because there's an 8 unit restriction. That's where Elowyn comes in clutch. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video, guys. I'm gonna end it off here. I hope this is convincing evidence that you should go for Elowyn. She is superb when it comes to healing because Wood Elf just acts as a second healer. In Void Rift for Arca's Poison that is coming clutch, and possibly even in future content like how Wasteland Titan is emphasizing on dispels already. And also the Rage Regen definitely helps a bit. Hard to quantify that, but in the long run, It has definitely helped in a lot of situations. But that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have best of luck when you're trying to pull for this weekend's banner, and hopefully you get Elowyn instead of Anai. But yeah, that's gonna be it, and hopefully, yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.